Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Tuesday. Here we go again. Tuesday, July 4th.
How do you not
Happy
know
4th of July to
How do
everybody.
you not know it's Tuesday, July 4th?
I knew it was July 4th. I just couldn't remember if it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, all right, whatever. Whatever you say.
I knew the date. I knew it was 4th of July, but
Okay, all right.
for some reason I was thinking it was Wednesday. Maybe I'm wanting the week to get over with. Move it up a day. No, I know why I had when I was making graphics and stuff. That's why I got Wednesday in my head, I'd say. Hey, how's it going, Billy? Yeah, I still have all my fingers so far.
Yep.
Although Reds got another big win, another win today. They've won 21 of their last 27 games.
Yep. I mean, it's unbelievable with all the injuries, especially with the pitching injuries, how they've done it. Everybody just stepped up. I mean, today they bring a guy up. He was down. I think he was at AAA, but he wasn't like in even a lower league before that. And they said the reason that they liked him is because he throws strikes. I mean, and so he came in and he threw strikes.
Yeah, he hadn't pitched in the majors in 5 years.
Yep.
And his line wasn't as good as necessarily showed how good he really pitched, because they got a few runs there in that last inning.
Yep.
Where he got a couple people on, and they took him out of the game. But if you watched him pitch that game, he pitched better than what his line would kind of say.
Yeah, he
say that
really
he
well.
did.
Pitched really well.
And the offense gave him some runs early, which I'm sure helps when you get the pitch from a lead like that as
Yeah.
well. Because
I think he ended up.
we could have scored more runs than just 2 in that first inning, and then of course we come back in the second or third and get that 3-run home run by Senzel, and then it just seemed like. And I mean, everybody was hitting the ball today. India hit the ball well. Dela Cruz had 4 hits.
I'll tell you one of the biggest difference I think in the Reds, and I know of course they were hitting the ball. I mean, they're batting about 260, probably something like that.
Yeah.
But the stolen bases, being aggressive on the stolen bases, and I know we get aggravated because they got picked off a couple times yesterday, and 2 or 3 times yesterday, and it's going to happen when you're that aggressive. But that's made a huge difference for them. And they've got so many young players that can run the ball. Around the ball, run bases.
Last couple seasons, Nick Senzel's been the fastest player on the Reds team, and he's not slow. He's above average in Major League Baseball. He's like the 9th
fastest
Red now.
Yes.
And we already have, I think it's here 4 or 5 guys with double-digit steals.
Yep.
And we're just now at the All-Star break, and we got 4 or 5 guys that are I want to say it was 5. I can't remember for sure. It was either 4 or 5, but yeah, they're double-digit steals
Let me
already.
ask you a tough situation here. What would you do? They got some pretty good news, they think, on Londello. He's getting ready to start rehab assignments, and the plan, if everything goes right, he'll be back in August. I think they believe that Green will be back in August. Lively should be back before that. Do you stand? Let's say if everything goes good, these next Washington, they win this series. Let's say they win 3 out of the 4. Love to see them win 4. Say they can win 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee and go in with a lead. Do you make a move or do you stand pat?
I think it depends on if you do make a move, I think it's for pitching. And
Yeah,
I think
it's
it
gonna be for
depends
pitching.
on who's out there that you can get and how much do you have to give up? Because I don't think they really going to want to give up much of their young talent. So I think that's where it comes down to is who can you get and how much is it going to cost you? And if you feel like it's going to cost you too much, I think you stay pat, see what you got, and then
I don't think they would
and
give
go
up
there.
any main starters they've got right now. I think it's going to be somebody down in the minor leagues,
Yeah,
Double A.
that's what I'm saying. Just
Single A.
as long as you're not having to give up a lot, I think they will. But I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going to make a move where they're giving up a bunch of assets.
That's why I think it's going to be somebody that's on a rental, not somebody that's got 3 or 4 years left on their contract. I believe. I could be wrong.
But I'll tell you what. Before we jump into today's games, you got the Reds have a tough schedule coming up because you played the Brewers. You're playing Nationals now, then you play the Brewers on the road. But then you have a homestand coming up after All-Star break, but you have the Brewers, you have the Giants, and then you have the Arizona Diamondbacks. So you have three series with three pretty good ball teams
3 of the
in a
better
row.
teams in the National League. I mean, other than Atlanta. Them are the well, Sam. Yeah, you got San Francisco. Yeah, you got 3 of the better teams.
Yeah,
Milwaukee's right there with us, and then
I mean that's our
You
if you count Milwaukee twice, so that's four straight series against them teams.
the only team you're not playing, which you just played them recently, is Atlanta. I mean, as the top teams.
I don't know Arizona's fell back a little bit, but they're still. I mean, they're still a good team.
Yep.
The Giants have been kind of up and down, but they've been playing good ball. So I mean, and of course the Brewers record surprises me because they don't hit the ball very well, but they find ways to win games. They have good pitching. They do have good pitching staff, but hell, I mean, they only I think they're barely hitting 230, if I remember correctly.
Happy 4th, everybody out there. We're getting people saying happy 4th. Happy 4th to you guys also. Have a good day and night. Don't eat too much at your cookouts and keep all your fingers intact.
I don't think it's been a while since I wrote down there's one. Yeah, that was last week, and they're hitting 226.
The Brewers.
That's what I'm saying. They don't hit the ball very well as a team, but they find ways to win games. But they got, like I said, they do have a pitching staff that's hard for them to. Let's see. Damn. So it's been raining there since Sunday, and they put the fireworks shows off till the weekend.
Man.
It's been hot here. It's rained too. It's rained. I mean, it's rained. It didn't rain yesterday. I don't think it rained yesterday, but the last 2 or 3 days before that, it had rained.
Yep.
And it hasn't rained today, but it's hot and humid.
It's hot out there.
Do know that. All right. Get these get the odds pulled up here, and we'll jump into today's games. already had a couple games on. I know the Reds beat the Nationals 8-4.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I'm sure what happened. I know there was at least one other game that was on earlier.
Yankees are up 4-3
Yeah.
on the Orioles, middle of the 7th. We've got the Marlins up on the Cardinals, bottom of the 8th, 11-0. We have the Rangers up on the Red Sox, 6-1, middle of the 8th. We have the Twins up 6-2 on the Royals in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, but I thought there was another game that finished.
Let me see. Not showing.
Okay, so the Reds game's the only one that finished. For some reason, I thought there was another one.
We got 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 7th and 1 in the 6th. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Remember, the Reds started like 11.
Yeah, I thought there was another game that started early too. Like, all right, so you have the Mets and the Diamondbacks today at 10 after 4. So here in about 20 minutes or so. Mets are 1.5 run favorites, minus 148 on the money line. The Diamondbacks are plus 126 on the money line. Over under is at 9 runs. You have Scherzer on the mound for the Mets, Davies on the mound for the Diamondbacks. He said the Red Sox are losing to the Rangers.
Interesting fact about what's his name? I never can pronounce his right. The Mets pitcher,
Scherzer.
He does great till the third time around. Third time around, he's got teams are hitting him really hard. That's been his problem this year. When he's had troubles.
Look, he needs to come pitch for the Reds because Bill isn't going to let you go a third time around. So hell, he'd be great.
Yeah.
Don't happen very often. Let me say this: he has done it more this year. He's done it more this year than what he used to. It's like, dude, if your starting pitcher's pitching good and he's only thrown 75, 80 pitches, leave him in the game. I don't care if it's third time or not. They haven't hit him. They've struggled on.
Well, we talked today going into the 6th with this pitcher. He's not pitching the majors, and we talked about that. And right before he went out, I asked you, are they going to let him go out in the 6th inning? I said, I think they should and give him a batter at a time. And of course, 2 guys got on and then they took him out. And then the reliever had some trouble next couple batters. And then he settled down and I think he struck out the side actually after that point, but he did give up a couple runs.
Yeah, I would say favor the Mets because of Scherzer on the mound, but the Mets have just they're hard to back. So this is a game it's not one of the games I'm giving out a pick for. But I lean toward the Mets. But man,
with Arizona.
Like I said, it's not a game I'm giving the pick out for.
It's at Arizona.
Yeah, it's at Arizona.
So I went with Arizona. I think you get them at plus.
Billy said he has Twins, Texas, and the Astros will pay $3.11.
I got the Astros.
And Astros, Brewers, and Tampa pay $4.17. A couple parlays that Billy done. Let's see. Next game, you have the Cubs and the Brewers.
Go Cubs.
This is a game I didn't pick. I'm not giving out a pick for it, but it starts here in about 20 minutes as well. The Cubs are 1.5 run favorites, minus 104 on the money line. Brewers are minus 112 on the money line. Over-unders at 9.5. You have Hendricks on the mound for the Cubs, Wade Miley on the mound for the Brewers. I agree with Billy here. I lean toward the Brewers in this game, especially at the +1. You can get them at the +1.5. Brewers being at home and with Miley on the mound. But like I said, that's not one I liked good enough that I was giving a pick out for. Next game, this is going to be one of my picks of the day. Got the Colorado Rockies at the Houston Astros. Astros are 1.5 run favorites, minus 188 on the money line. Rockies are plus 158 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. Rockies are 33-53 on the season, 13-29 on the road. They will have Freeland on the mound tonight. He is 4-8 with a 4.88 ERA. The Rockies are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They are hitting .257 as a team on the season with a 5.82 team ERA. The Astros are 47-38 on the season, 22-19 at home. They will have Busek on the mound tonight, who is or yeah, 3-4 on the season with a 4.37 ERA. Astros are 4-1 over the last 5 games, hitting 249 as a team on the season with a 3.64 team ERA. I like the Astros here on the money line. Next game that I like is going to be the Philadelphia Phillies at the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 144 on the money line. The Phillies are plus 122 on the money line. Over-under is at 8 runs. Phillies are 44-39 on the season, 22-23 on the road. They will have Nola on the mound tonight, who is 7-5 with a 4.51 ERA. Phillies are 3-2 over their last 5 games, hitting 260 as a team on the season with a 4.13 team ERA. The Rays are 57-30 on the season, 34-10 at home. They will have Eflin on the mound tonight, who is 9-3 with a 3.29 ERA. The Rays are also 3-2 over their last 5 games. They're hitting 264 as a team on the season with a 3.70 team ERA. I like the Rays on the money line here. Eflin's been solid all season, and the Rays have been tough to beat at home. So I'm going to go with the Rays at home on the money line. Next game that I like is going to be the Los Angeles Angels and the San Diego Padres. The Padres are 1.5 run favorites, minus 148 on the money line. The Angels are plus 126 on the money line. Over-unders at 7.5 runs. The Angels are 45-42 on the season, 22-22 on the road. They will have Ohtani on the mound tonight, who is 7-3 with a 3.02 ERA. The Angels are 1-4 over their last 5 games, hitting 257 as a team on the season with a 4.22 team ERA. The Padres are 39-46 on the season, 21-22 at home. You'll have Musgrove on the mound tonight for the Padres. He is 6-2 with a 3.80 ERA. The Padres are 2-3 over their last 5 games, hitting 234 as a team on the season with a 3.82 team ERA. I like the Angels here at the plus 1.5 with Ohtani on the mound. Even though this is a good pitching matchup with Ohtani and Musgrove. So you got 2 good pitchers out there, but the way Ohtani's been pitching, and the Angels are pretty tough with Ohtani on the mound, so getting them at plus 1.5. I like the value there. And the next game I like, the Toronto Blue Jays at the Chicago White Sox. The Blue Jays are 1.5 run favorites on the road, minus 120 on the money line. The White Sox are plus 102 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. The Blue Jays are 45-40 on the season, 22-22 on the road. They will have Bassett on the mound, who is 8-5 with a 4.06 ERA. The Blue Jays are 2-3 over their last 5 games, hitting 261 as a team on the season with a 3.95 team ERA. The White Sox are 37-49 on the season, 20-20 at home. The White Sox are going to have Giolito on the mound tonight, who is 6-5 with a 3.53 ERA.
My guy.
White Sox are 3-2 over the last 5 games. They're hitting 239 as a team with a 4.55 team ERA. I like the Blue Jays here on the money line over the White Sox. So my picks for today: Astros money line, Rays money line, Angels plus 1.5, and the Blue Jays on the money line.
Okay, my baseball picks for tonight. I got Colorado at Houston. I'll take Houston money line. I've got the Mets at Arizona. I'll take Arizona money line. I've got Atlanta money line at Cleveland. I got Toronto money line at the White Sox. I got Pittsburgh at the Dodgers. I'll take Dodgers money line. And my last one, I got Philadelphia at the Rays. And I'll take the Rays money line. You talked me into that one. I wasn't going to take that one. That sounds pretty good. So I'm going to take that one. So if I lose, I'm gonna punch you.
Hey, I didn't say listen to me.
That sounds pretty good. So yeah, so why didn't I pick that? So what the hell?
Yeah, Phillies have been playing pretty good too, but the Rays at home they're a totally different team at home. I mean, they've only lost 10 games at home all season.
Now, this is ridiculous because Embiid liked Obi Toppin to the Pacers trade treat. Now they want to talk that Embiid's going to end up in Nick because he liked to tweet.
That's all it takes anymore, man.
Jeez, peas, man.
That's all it takes anymore.
And now they're saying that I guess it was reported that some people think Harden's going to stay with Philly.
Oh, is he changing his mind?
Well, I know. I think it was that Warjo saying that don't be surprised.
Going to change. Well, Philly probably couldn't get what they wanted for him.
Yeah, I mean,
and I wouldn't just give him away to give him away. I know some people think that teams owe players that. They don't owe them that.
That's what they're saying. They said right now that Miami's not giving Portland what they're wanting for Dame, and other people are offering better deals. Yeah. Well, sorry. You're not going to Miami then. I mean, it's a business. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but
I wouldn't just trade him for unless it has to be a good deal that's helping me too. I'm not just trading you to trade you.
Say Miami's got a good deal and Detroit's got a great deal. Let's just use Detroit. It's a great deal for you. It's going to make you better. Why would you take the good deal over the great deal? I mean, I'm sorry. If anybody thinks they owe that to him, I disagree. They've paid him a lot of money. I know he's been loyal to them, but now he wants traded. That's great. And they were trying to accommodate him, but you can't ruin your ball club because of it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I wouldn't be trading him unless it was something I thought was going to benefit. I'm getting the best deal I can. I'm not necessarily worrying about where you want to go and that this is the only place you want to play. You can
got a no trade clause. I mean, you don't have that. So he can go anywhere.
Like I said, I think I said it yesterday in the afternoon show. It wouldn't surprise me if at the beginning of the season he is still with the Blazers. Because I don't see that. I don't see them just rushing to take whatever. I think they're going to try to get what they think is the best deal that's going to help them. And I mean, we saw this with Durant last year. That trade didn't happen until the trade deadline. Same thing with Irving. He demanded one out of there, and that didn't happen until later. So it's not like just because a player demands a trade that the team has to. For one, the team don't have to do it, and for two, they don't. It ain't like they have to do it like within like 2 days after they demanded it because you don't. Yeah. I mean, they don't have to trade him. He's under contract there for.
Well, and I think Miami's got to be careful because if you give up too much, I mean, they've already lost one of the players. Vincent was one of them they lost. They already lost him to free agency, and if they give up too much and bring him in, and you take one of the big.
Oh, no, I know he didn't play in the playoffs because of injury, but they also lost Oladipo.
Yep. And now they're talking about maybe giving the other guy that didn't play much. The one they kept talking about, he's supposed to be part of the trade if they go. Hero, and there were some other decent players. If you give up too much and you lose all your depth, I don't know. They better be careful.
And that's kind of what happened with Phoenix last year. They lost a lot of their depth. And it really hurt them in the playoffs.
And is it Lillard?
And don't get me wrong,
some games.
And it did. Oh yeah, especially the last 2 years. Yeah. He's only played, I think, the last 2 years a total of like 80 games. He played like 50 something last year and like 20.
Yeah, played
20 something last year and 55 the year before or something.
He's played one season out of the last two. So I mean, you combine it. So I think you got to be careful not to give up too much and do away with your depth. Miami better tread lightly.
Yeah, no, I agree. But all right, before we get out here, don't forget tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we have pro wrestler Damian DeVille will be joining us for an interview. Should be a great interview. He was on probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, so it's been a while. So it'd be nice having him back on, talking to him. And then on Thursday we have Jay County Fair Board member Jason McGraw and one of the DCCW owners, and pro wrestler Mike King will be joining us. Talk about the big Retro Mania show coming up this Monday on July 10th. So they'll be joining us Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Talk about that. So that should be another real good time. It's always a good time when Mike King stops by.
Oh yeah.
you never know what's going to happen when Mike King stops by.
Definitely.
So, and with some of the stuff that's been going on here lately, who knows what will pop off out of that.
That's true.
And then Jason's been on a couple times before promoting some shows
Great guy
that he's done with DCCW. I always call him WCWO. I guess it's been all right because you sat at the North on there.
Yeah. Jason's a great guy and also a great wrestling fan.
Yeah, so it'd be nice having him on again. And then this Sunday will be Summit Pro. We'll have some live pro wrestling this Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday we'll be at the Jay County Fair for Retro Mania. I think that's, I forget what time it starts off the top of my head.
What show?
DCCW.
7 p.m. bell time.
Okay. So 7 o'clock Monday, we'll have some more wrestling. And that one, I mean, that's a stacked card. I mean, they have Demolition, Powers of Pain, Al Snow.
That Summit Pro is throwing me off, man.
Who else has it?
Oh, you got Brian Pillman Jr. You said Al Snow, Mouth South Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart.
The Powers of Pain, Demolition, Kyle Hero.
Yeah. We're going to be
Fanny Pack Kid. There's going to be a lot of great Congo Kong. And then all the DCCW DCCW wrestlers, great, outstanding competitors too, in their own right. So I will guarantee you will not be disappointed if you come to this show.
Oh no, it should be a great show. It's going to be at the right there at the grandstand of the Jay County Fair. So should be. I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty nice crowd as well. So yes, that should be a happy for Jay Ness. But yeah, I think it should be a stacked card. We got a lot of stuff coming up this week. Like I said, pro wrestling or interview with the pro wrestler Damian DeVille tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We got the interview with Jason McGraw and Mike King on Thursday at 6. Then Sunday live pro wrestling at 4. Monday live pro wrestling at 7.
That Summit Pro keeps throwing me off because I know it's a normal time, but we just did a show like a week ago, and I'm not used to how's the Summit Pro already again because they had a special show this week or so ago, so that's why. But,
yeah, Billy, I haven't watched the Junkyard Dog Dark Side yet. I've heard I've heard it was real good, but yeah, that's something I still have to watch.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I think I'm gonna maybe try to watch it tonight or tomorrow. He was one of my favorites, but yeah, it was pretty dark.
But before we get out of here, I'll go through my picks one more time.
Hey, look at that one.
Hey, what's up, Marcus?
What's he doing on a sports show? we're talking a little bit of wrestling right now. Talking about the shows.
But then, my picks one more time before we do get out of here. Astros money line, Rays money line, Angels plus 1.5, Blue Jays on the money line. I was 2-2 yesterday.
I was 3-1. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Shit. Hey, and don't be talking sports. Now Marcus is on here. You can't be Marcus don't know what you're talking about. Talking the mods. Marcus said, what the hell is he talking about? Click. He'll be clicking.
Good. Go ahead and said, very good. I know he's talking about that Junkyard Dog.
I gotta check that out.
Like I said, I've had a lot of people say that was very good. I just haven't.
I might do that tonight when I come back from the fireworks.
I'll have to check it out. But just stop by laughing out loud. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do, definitely.
Did you have anything else before we get out of here?
No, I don't think so. I'm good to go. I'm getting ready to go eat some barbecue and watch some fireworks. So I'm happy. I don't care about the fireworks, but I'm happy about the barbecue.
Join us tomorrow.
And some horse racing. You never know. I might jump on a horse.
Probably get your picture taken as
a
jockey.
Hey, if somebody asks, I'm there to accommodate them. If they need a picture, if I can get a hold of a whip, I guarantee somebody will ask me. I should go out there dressed up as like a jockey, just for the hell of it. I bet you Mike can get me a uniform.
Probably.
I might ask him.
Marcus says Abdullah the Butcher tonight. So that must be the one they're doing tonight.
And they show them over and over, so I might be able to catch up tonight. You know, he used to have a restaurant. It was a Chinese restaurant that served ribs and Chinese food. They'd even delivered. He had a vehicle and everything. He delivered the food if they were Abdullah the Butcher. I think he's still wrestling. I think he's wanting to do one last match, a retirement match. Marcus, who would you want to see Abdullah wrestle? Who's out there that we could put Abdullah against? Do we need to bring Cactus Jack back? Them two have one more match?
Bring him to DCCW for his last match.
Who do you want him to wrestle?
Put him in there with Wiley.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
I'm sure Marcus will be on board for that.
I'm on board for that. Him or Jesse Winchester. Either one of those two. And I really dislike Jesse. I don't know why I even say that, but I guess I can give him a hard time. I don't know. A good one would be to see him cry would be J Beef. That would be awesome because J Beef would be crying the whole time as he got that fork stuck in his head.
Oh man. But no, we appreciate everybody joining us today here on the 4th of July. We'll be back tomorrow right around 3 o'clock with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, ASAP Afternoon Blitz. And then, of course, we'll have all our normal shows tomorrow, starting back up tomorrow. But hope everybody has a great holiday. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.